We interrupt this program to bring you
Nick Whoa, Cage!
All right, everybody. My name is Kevin.
And I'm John.
And I'm Adam.
And I'm Julie.
And we are the Real Movie Guys. Mr. Referee, lock the door, ring the bell. It's time for a real cage match. Real Cage Match is a special series where we review 12 of your favorite Nicolas Cage movies and determine which one is the superior among them all. On today's episode, it's a battle, guys. It's a battle of the horror franchises. We got Color Out of Space taking on Mandy 1-1. I'm really curious on what you guys think should move forward. I think I had to mull over this a little bit. I had to sit down and think about it. But before I kind of give you my whole grand stance, I kind of want to see, I want to read the room. I want to read the temperature of what's going on around here. Oh, man. First victim. It's always the funnest one for me to pick. John, I'm going to pick on you first this time. What are you thinking, man? Which one are you seeing kind of being the superior movie here?
Well, I've been going through everything with the Cagiest, and this movie's got some. These both movies have some cagey shit going on. I think I'm leaning towards Mandy though, but
okay,
maybe I could be persuaded.
Maybe you could. Okay, so what makes you think Mandy? What's kind of pulling you towards Mandy there?
I feel like Nicolas Cage's acting in that was all around better, just because he was just like he had less dialogue to it, and I thought that always helps with an actor if he can make you want to do the movie, if he makes you want to enjoy the movie with just his acting, not just the words.
All right, so I think your argument here is we kind of got the best of both worlds from Mandy. Is that kind of your argument? We got a really cagey performance from Nicolas Cage. We got some insane stuff with blood on his face, laughing at the camera, yelling, going crazy, chopping guys' heads off. We got all of that. But we also got the softer side of Nicolas Cage here, where he could also act, prove that he can more than act his way out of a paper bag, to the point where I actually named the one scene in the movie a 10 out of 10 performance alone, just with that whole alcohol drinking scene where I thought he was phenomenal. So is that kind of your argument there? You're saying that just he's that good?
Yes, definitely.
All right, so John's nominating Mandy. It seems pretty solid from him, but he can be persuaded. So, ladies and gentlemen, don't let that, don't let that kind of guide you a little bit. Adam, what's up?
Hey.
All right, what are you thinking? If I remember correctly, you seem to be a bigger fan of Mandy over Color Out of Space. So is that kind of leading your thought process here a little bit, or where do you?
I think there was a 0.5 difference between the two. I think I gave
close.
Mandy the lower score actually.
Oh, was it? Okay, it's hard to remember.
Yeah, I think so. However, I think I'm gonna give it to Mandy as well. I agree with John. I think that Nicolas Cage's performance is that much more
right
emotional and invested. It seems. I mean, the bathroom scene right there, I can't not count that as being a really good acting scene from Nicolas Cage.
Or your favorite shirt. I mean, clearly, we didn't have a favorite shirt scene in Color Out of Space.
It's true. It is true. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with Mandy though. Depending on what everybody else says,
okay,
I might be persuaded, but as of right now, I'm going to go Mandy.
All right, so we got a Mandy. All right, Julie. I see you wagging your fingers, shaking your head. Your camera's even lagging. You must be pretty angry over there. What are you thinking? Let me hear. Let's hear your argument here.
I'm actually not angry yet.
I'm not mad. I'm disappointed.
No, this is actually a tough decision because they're making me sway a little bit from my original thought process. Because
spoilers there.
Yeah. I think I am going to go with Color Out of Space, but I am going to say Mandy had a very strong Cage performance. And as they were talking about, I was thinking, he really doesn't deliver a lot of dialogue in this movie. And it's very physical or through facial expressions, his delivery, and he does a really successful job of it. I think I'm going to stick with Color Out of Space because we get a lot of zany Cage moments with some solid acting as well. Maybe not to the higher level of Mandy, but when he has those moments in Color Out of Space, where he's, coming to grips with the fact that his wife is no longer his wife and kind of dealing with the insanity that's going on around him, along with the reemergence of the vampire's kiss accent. I just think, and even looking at both movies as a whole, I would go and watch Color Out of Space before I would watch Mandy again. So that's my reasoning.
Interesting. I am put in a weird position right here because I could either make us go to the wheel and kind of decide what's going on. I could just side with Mandy here. So I'm going to give you two perspectives, and then I'm going to tell you what I'm thinking, just because, I love to talk and I love to bolster my voice here because, that's what I do here on this channel. But Color Out of Space, I think, is a phenomenal movie. I graded it higher even than Mandy. I had such a good time with that movie. Nicolas Cage gives, like Julie said, I think there's an excellent performance there. I love the fatherly Nicolas Cage performance given early on, and slowly, like, he just wants to do what's best for his family, and you truly do feel that. Like, sure, there's some other, like, underlying things that I think are in there. I think there's also a point where you can maybe consider he has a trouble with alcohol to some extent and stuff like that. Like, there is some interesting, like, underlying things of family abuse in the past, and there's a lot of themes in Color Out of Space, and it's clear that Nicolas Cage did work with the director to make sure these kind of like idiosyncrasies come across in his performance. Even the vampire's kiss voice, as random as it is, and it's hilarious just to hear him actually be asked to do that. He kind of does it out of a way where it's almost is like another piece of his personality coming out and like lashing out at the family with the negative aspects of it. I think that's incredibly interesting. But for me, personally, when it comes down to Mandy, I think I'm going to remember Mandy before I'm going to remember Color Out of Space. Mandy was just this unique performance I didn't see coming. The fact that maybe to some extent there's like a little bit of more relatability to it, even more so than Color Out of Space. Just the fact that, he loves his wife more than anything. He would do anything to protect her. That's taken away from me. And, again, I made the argument in the beginning, all these really slow scenes kind of built up towards the end. But, I think they actually did work. As much as I kind of critique them and see them being slow, those really quiet moments we got to spend with long takes of just Nicolas Cage, Red hanging out with Mandy, just sharing these intimate moments together. They're really powerful and they're really strong. And when she's finally taken away from him by these crazy obsessed people, I want nothing more than Nicolas Cage to get revenge, especially like Adam said. He gives that 10 out of 10 performance in that bathroom where he just like goes from one being to another. He's got the sadness. He's like in pain. He's drinking the alcohol. He's pouring it on his wounds. He's got blood flowing all over the place. He's just screaming in agony. And then he goes out, makes an awesome battle axe out of nowhere that, and I don't even know really why he did it. It just was really cool. But again, the rest of the movie's phenomenal. And Nick Cage just gives that cagey performance, but he doesn't also forget to stay true to himself as being a character. And I think the character in Mandy is a lot stronger than the character in Color Out of Space. So I'm going to actually push Mandy to go forward with this. I don't know how you guys, if you're all we'll take our final tallies here. But for me, I think Mandy is just the more memorable movie. Might be even one of the cagiest movies that we've actually looked at in some respects, because I think it gave me everything I wanted out of a Nicolas Cage performance. It shows me why he's a great actor, why he's also the cagiest actor, the craziest actor, because he knows what the audience wants and he does give it to them. So I'm going to make a pass for Mandy to move forward. John, how about you? Are you still sticking with Mandy?
I stick with the Mandy.
Okay, it's a second for Mandy. Adam, are we changing your vote? Or are you sticking with Mandy?
You are not changing my vote.
Mandy continues forward with Adam. And Julie, do we change you, or are you just going to say Color Out of Space just to be that one?
I'm just going to be that one because just might as well keep the track record alive.
Keep the track, outvoting Julie. So that being said, Mandy's going to knock out Color Out of Space. Mandy's going forward in the match. All right, guys, we got a big battle ahead of us. The next video is going to be the climax. We're going to be a lot of discussions. I hope you guys can pull yourselves together for that. It's going to be really interesting. Let us know what you think. Did we pick right? Should Mandy continue forward? Is Julie right? Is it Color Out of Space? Did we make a horrible mistake we'll never be able to take back? I'm really curious to see what you guys have to think. But Thank you all so much for joining us for this episode of The Real Cage Match. My name's Kevin. That's Adam, Julie, John. We are The Real Movie Guys. Real guys, real movies, real thoughts. We'll catch you next time.
If you guys like what you've seen here today, consider giving this video a like and leaving your thoughts in the comments below. If you want to stay up to date with everything Real Movie Guys related, make sure to hit that subscribe button and check us out on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And don't forget, all you audio listeners at home, we are available on many podcasting platforms. Just search The Real Movie Guys, you should pop right up. Thank you again all so much for joining us on this episode of The Real Review. We are The Real Movie Guys. Real guys, real movies, real thoughts. Catch you next time.